pick up on this discussion in studio with me. I'm joined by political analyst Prince Mashele. Prince, it's so interesting just seeing some of the visuals that we've just come out of, the political landscape of 2008. I wonder how many of these individuals today, of course, both, Julius Malema and Zwelinzima Mavavi have already publicly said that they regret, and quite frankly, they're probably watching some of those images with a bit of, cringe-worthy stuff, really.
Well, I think this is evidence that politicians are opportunists. They go with the wind. If you look at all of those people, from Julius Malema, Zwelinzima Mavavi, Matthew Sposs, all of them have turned against Zuma today. Now, why must we continue to believe such characters when they tell us things about our politics in South Africa? Politicians are opportunists. It is very interesting that those people now, most of them, support Cyril Ramaphosa. Even Cyril Ramaphosa must know that they can actually turn against him, because we have seen them turn against Jacob Zuma.
You're looking at the masses that were gathered for that particular court hearing, and you think of what it will be perhaps in a month's time when Jacob Zuma has to possibly appear in the Pietermaritzburg High Court, this time on, of course, the corruption charges that he's now facing. How different an experience will that be for him, given the tectonic shifts that we've seen within the political landscape?
Many things will be different. One, he is a spent force politically. In other words, he is not ascending into political office. The reason why people like Zwelinzima Mavavi, Julius Malema sang praises of Zuma at the time and mobilized the masses is precisely because they were smelling power, that he was going to the union buildings, and therefore they wanted to be in power. Today, Jacob Zuma is a spent force. Therefore, there is no incentive for people to mobilize the masses. If you look at KwaZulu-Natal, for example, the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is in shambles. So the question is, who is going to mobilize for Jacob Zuma in KwaZulu-Natal? I just cannot foresee masses of people going to court the way they did.
Prince, I mean, should you not be giving him credit, because he has always gone back to KwaZulu-Natal to find a constituency that has always supported him, and quite frankly, the impression created is that these are people that have stood with him through the test of time, even when he was recalled by the ANC.
Here's the thing about the masses going to court. They don't take their 5 friends and pay a taxi fare and go to court. No. There are people behind the scenes who pump a lot of money, hire buses to take people to court, right? The question is, will such people be prepared to part with money to support someone who's a spent force? I just cannot see the wisdom of people paying buses to transport people to court to defend Jacob Zuma. For what? What do they get after that?
We've had friends of Jacob Zuma emerge before. There's another group in Cape Town that is now launching an urgent bid in terms of a stay of prosecution. I mean, it's not unheard of that there are spheres within society that can be mobilized. Why do you feel that it wouldn't be a possibility this time?
Here's the thing. The friends of Jacob Zuma and all of those people who pumped money into that project, they anticipated that Jacob Zuma was going to become president, and therefore they would recoup their money when he sits in the union buildings. Now, if they pump their money into him as a project, it's a black hole, it's a bottomless pit. They will never reclaim their money, because no one in the state is going to give them back their money. That is the thing. So it would be stupid for anybody, by the way, to pump money into Jacob Zuma now, because he's a spent force. I am not saying there won't be a few people who are going to walk or take a taxi to court. We will see a few of those, but we will never see prominent figures in the ANC, by the way, mobilizing. And we will actually not even see prominent business people pumping money into this project, because there will be nothing to be gained at the end of it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see whether or not the ball you're looking into proves true when this case gets underway. We're looking at over 200 witnesses that the state has said they've been able to secure, among them being Patricia de Lille, Shabir Sheikh. This case will take a long time. Next year are the elections, 2019 elections. This is undoubtedly going to be a point of electioneering, not just for the opposition, but for the ANC. How do you see both divides of the political landscape use this matter?
Look, to opposition parties, this is a cow to be milked. and they will do their best to milk this cow until 2019. I just cannot foresee this case, by the way, being concluded before the elections. For the ANC, it's going to be a tricky dice to play, because if the ANC's posture is that of supporting Jacob Zuma, then the ANC is going to offend voters. But if the ANC distances itself from Jacob Zuma, there could be a component of the ANC supporters, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, who might be offended by that. So the ANC will have to dance on eggshells when it comes to this matter. But I have no doubt that this, to opposition parties, is manna from heaven.